Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. I thought I would do for this video is use the stuff that came in the magazine. So we have papers in here. We could try out. We got borders. We have sentiments. Wow, that's pretty. It's not like a premium paper. That's pretty too, and that's the opposite side. Huh. Okay. So anyways, that's what I thought we would try for today. So these are the dies that came with it. And we got stamps, and we got a stencil here. And I'm afraid this one is just... I don't know how we're supposed to open these. You know, it's like you have to cut them open. Some of them, they do really nice. And they're in a nice bag, and then some of them come like this, and it's like impossible to open this thing. I guess I'll cut along the top. But I think this one's going to be too big anyways to use now. I don't know if these dies that come here, if they're exclusive to the magazine or if it's part of their... see, that's really big, and that'll take up that whole card right there completely, and then some maybe. Yeah. So this one's going to be too big. You know, in England, excuse me, they make big cards. But of course we here in the US don't make as big of cards. It looks so pretty too. Is this exactly the same, just smaller? But it doesn't curve all the way around, so it's not quite the same, but it's close. It's close to the same, so we'll try the small wreath. Oh boy. This plastic is stuck. They did not want these dies coming off this paper, that's for sure. Ooh. Well, I kind of like the stencil. Oh, you do one side, then you flip it, and you do the other one. Because those are two different wreaths. Not the same with this, but you can't use that either. I don't know if the inside shape. Let's take it off and see. I don't think so. That inside shape is not going to work in there. Okay, I didn't really want to keep you here guessing what we were doing, so Um, okay, maybe I'll stencil and then I'll come back. That's not going to work either. That's just not the same. Darn. Okay, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and cut out the wreath. Shall we do it in green? Let me find some green paper here. This one work. Is that going to be big enough? Doesn't look like it. No. That's kind of a blue color. That's a blue green. Let me find a green. We got the Sizzix paper here. So I think it's Sizzix. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a Crafter's Companion. How about that? That's a pretty color. So I'm going to cut this out first. Let me just do this side. And let me get my cutting plates. And this is pretty big paper. It came off the Crafter's Companion 12 by 12 pad. Pretty paper. Okay, I'm going to cut this out first. See if this is going to work. This idea, I don't know personally, but we'll find out shortly. Okay, pop that in the Gemini. When the plates get warped like this, it takes a while for it. It takes it a minute to want to take them, you know. So, okay. Here's this. Now I want to take the inside and run it through. I wonder, you know what? Maybe I'll wait. See, how did this go now? This way. No. This. Now here we go. No. Well. Oh, that's why I got it. Oh my goodness. Aren't I something? Let's see. This would be like this. I'm thinking of cutting just a bunch of this stuff and putting it wherever it'll fit. Okay? So I am going to cut a bunch of these out. And so, I wonder if any of these will fit. Or are they too big? They're too big. Okay. So what I'm going to do is cut a whole bunch of all these little die things out that will fit in here within this wreath. Maybe some of the snowflakes and stuff in the leaves. And see, I don't have a die for these things. But anyways, I'm just going to cut a whole bunch out, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I ran a whole bunch of the leaves. I did a couple of snowflakes, and I got the blue, and I kind of like the blue, but then I wasn't sure if that looked icy. I did a little of these to make the poinsettias, but then I realized I can't really layer these in here until I cut this middle out. So I need to figure out how the middle is going to go in here. So this is the way this was, right? So I'm going to take these off. I don't know if this whole thing is going to work, but I didn't know if that shaker card was going to work either, and it did. I'm going to put it, I think, this way. Yeah, I think that's the way it works. I think I'm going to put it here. I'm not going to worry too much. See, I think that goes with that. These are here. I don't know. I don't know that it even matters. I'm just going to cut it this way. And I did for all these little pieces, and you only get one die, right? So I got my diamond press out, and I'm a little concerned about putting this through here with this folder, but I'm just going to go for it. And if it moves, then the diamond press will determine which way that goes, and we'll see what happens. But you know, you almost don't need the outline. You almost could just use the elements and layer them up yourself, I guess. While I was doing all of these and running all these through, I heard the little dog Peanut out there barking, and I looked up out the window, and she's in the tree, and I'm telling you, this little tiny dog, well, she's tiny to me, jumps up in that tree. She like climbs that tree and jumps up in that tree to go after critters. And so she was up there in that tree, and I'm laughing, getting a little kick out of it, and I thought, maybe somehow I can real quickly capture this on video, you know, for you guys. So I did a real quick video on my phone. It won't, you know, it's not much, but just so you could see what this little dog, this crazy little dog does. She's so cute. To me, she's cute. You may not think so, but silly little dog. Okay. I hope I cut enough out. I'm gonna tell you, you know, anybody that's been watching me for any amount of time knows how I feel about putting pattern paper where you don't expect pattern paper. And so bad. So I guess these really are the shape they are because of the letters. Oh, there's the outline die. That's the real outline die. That wasn't the outline die. That was just for the sentiment. So it doesn't need to be this thick. So now what do I do? Let me see. I would assume it's going to be something like this. No. Let's see, here's a small and a big. Anyways, you can go watch that video later. I'm not worrying about lining it up with this inside. It's the outside I want it to kind of sort of match up to. So I think something here, maybe that doesn't fit. Okay, we'll just keep going until we find out what does fit. Nope. It's gotta be this way. I don't know. I'm gonna say let's... That can't be right. Maybe it just needs to be adjusted and moved. What I'm kind of trying to do is get this to line up these round with kind of round, but you know, I'm sure that's not the way it goes. And it's not really that important because it's going to just be kind of a base because I'm going to glue all that other stuff in. So what did I do with that folder? There it is. Okay, this should make it better. Here I'm trying to use the wrong inside. I thought, man, that's a thick wreath. Okay, now run it back through. I should know Tonics dyes by now, I guess, but didn't. Anyway, let me take it. I don't even think that video is a minute. It could be, but I don't know. So let's see if this cut good. Yeah. Let's see if we like the way it turned out. Okay. And I'm gonna move all these pieces over here. Do I want to put this on here? I was gonna put a pattern paper down. To be honest, I was gonna look at these up before I lose them, because I will lose them if I don't. That leaf one is real important. I was gonna take some paper from the magazine. I was gonna put a mat, take some paper from the magazine. So let's see what we got. Okay, these are all the little things. It's a snowflake. That might be a good one. Let's see what else we got. Okay. And I'm not going to be too gentle. I'm just going to tear it out. And I had my paper cutter right here. There it is. So this is 6 by 6. I do want a color. And then the pattern, I think. So what color is that? Gonna be too much of that? That's not big enough anyways. So what color do I want? Right. This one. Ooh. Okay. So usually I go ahead and I measure it every time, but it's always comes out 6 inches by 6 inches. So I'm gonna go. I didn't want to come out. I usually go to the 3/4, so 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Or I do the 8ths, but usually I think I do the quarters. So we'll do this. It may not be real Christmassy looking, but it's kind of silver, right? And then I'm going to go 5 1/2. By 5 1/2, the question is, are we wanting the blue or are we wanting the white with the blue? Here, we closed it all up and everything. Let me get a drink here. Well, it did take me a while to run all those things through. You all should be glad you didn't have to. Ooh, boy. You didn't have to watch that. Oh, no. See there? It likes cutting the thicker paper. I guess it doesn't like cutting. Wow. So that kind of messes me up, doesn't it? Maybe I'm going to have to leave a bigger... Let me see, maybe I can't even get it to cut. So let's see what we got. 5 1/2. I do have 5 1/2 here. It's just ripping it. It's just completely ripping it. Okay, let me try to do this. Just make myself a pattern. That's too small. Let's see how wide this is. I would have to cut that way down. Let's see what size this is. That's 5 inches. I want 5 1/2. I just want a guide, you know, so I could just cut around it. You know, I'm going to use this paper, and then I'm going to some pretty paper to be just cutting, but I figure I'll use it for a mat too, so at some point I'll use it. Cut. Okay. 5 1/2. See, you're always worried about cutting thick stuff with these things, right? Now you know it's the thin stuff you gotta worry about. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this at all. Not there. Not here. No, I gotta get another piece out. Okay, so back to the magazine. Do I want to use that one? I think this one's a little... Nope, that's the same one. Okay. We'll take this one out. So now I got my guide, and I just put that in the corner. Try to get it as close as I can. It would be better if I had my better scissors, but I don't. Okay, just try to keep it straight. And I can see the line, see the light. And that's what I'm going to use. And then maybe I'm going to turn it over, because it's just easier. I can use this kind of as a backstop for my scissors. See? That's what I like to do. It just stops my scissors from straying the wrong way, and then I could just stay up snug against it, and I know I'm okay. Here we go. Thank goodness we're not using that, because that don't match very well at all. Oh, that's kind of pretty. See? It's light. It's not much of a match. I guess I should have. As pretty as it looks, I should have cut it smaller, but I'm not going to cut that paper smaller, so I don't need to worry about it. And then I got that to go in there. Let me get rid of the cut. Dang, I don't want to come off. I'll have to get it later. Okay, let's do this way. Okay, and I wanted to get excuse my arm. I'm be looking for the red glitter marker. What is that? Wild mulberry. Is that all I got? Might be all I have. I think that's all of them. So I guess I'll use the wild mulberry. And I'm just going to take, because these I kind of planned on having them look a little bit like poinsettias. Said it wrong again, didn't I? See, just a few poinsettias in there. That's not a spot for one. That's really not a spot for one. That needs to be a leaf right there, so we could put one here. I'm just trying to make it kind of look like it belongs. Okay. So I want to take the little ones, right? Take a little bit of color here. I thought I had more of them. Apricot. That's orange. Okay. And I just want to kind of go around the edges just a bit. to give it something maybe in the middle. So that it gives it some kind of a body that doesn't show, does it? Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and glue it down. And then add the color to it. I just didn't want to get the color all over the thing. I'm only going to glue it in the middle, and I'm not going to worry about it lifting off on the edges, because if it does, that just kind of gives it a little bit of body. And I'm kind of going to be that way with all of this stuff on the wreath, because it's a wreath, and wreaths, you know, with leaves and stuff like that, it shouldn't be flat. But I don't want to have to pop anything up either. And this could have been a snowflake too, but it's good like this too, so. Is this video taking a long time? I'm sorry. I guess my videos are getting longer even though I don't want them to. They just are. Okay, then I'm going to take the marker. I hope you can see. I'm just going to kind of color in the middle. And just see, I knew that would be hard once it was on there, but just going to hit the edges a little bit. Just for a little depth to it. Because I used the same color paper. Because I thought, well, if I'm trying to imitate a poinsettia, which it's really a lousy imitation, right? But yep. I don't want it to just be all leaves. I guess I could put some ornaments, but I don't really remember ornaments on that. No, not on the little one. Just hitting the edges, kind of. Okay. And that should give them a little more depth. Okay. The other thing I'm going to keep this available for is the holly berries on the leaves. Okay. And so, I guess I will. Oh, I got some on the paper. Let me move the paper out of the way, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, now I'm going to pull these off, because what I want to really do, and see that blue, I guess I should have stuck with that blue. But I'm just going to start layering some of these leaves on here. And filling it in. There's a whole bunch of them. And it could take a while. So if you want to speed it up, or you want to watch, or you want to go, whatever, I'm just gonna, all I'm doing is gonna be layering these on here like a wreath would be layered, you know. Like I said, I don't really necessarily want to put the tips glued down, because I want it to seem like, and what I'm gonna try to do first, the way I'm looking at it, is taking where it's round and putting the berry part of the leaf in there. And I'm hoping from there, so what I should have done this leaf because there are 2 round berries in that. Okay. And I kind of like the edge of this. Looks more like the poinsettia would go there. So I'm going to put another holly leaf here. Put that in. Uh-oh. See, if we put a flower there, it kind of fills those 3 up. Okay. So I'm going to leave those 3 alone. I'm going to come here and put one down. I really don't want to have to run more of the leaves through because maybe in a lot of them. And so the good thing is with the diamond press, you cut 2 at a time. And then I just made sure the dye was at the beginning of the run thing, so that made it better also. And let me put this one over here. It's coming up. I might have to go and glue it better. Fill that in. I'm going to put one of these right here. This may end up looking lousy. I don't know. We'll see. It was just an idea I got while we were looking. And I told you I wanted to make something with it, so. I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the flower in here. One flower stay down. And I'm thinking we might need a flower here. So, down here or up here where we got the 3, yep, the 3. Hope I have enough to get around. It doesn't look like I'm going to. I hope you can see it. camera up a little bit higher, hoping it'll give you a little bit better view. I got one here. So even though it's not meant to go this way, what I'm trying to do is make it look like it is meant to go this way. Like this is what you're meant to do with it. Okay, so we got a 3 thing here. I'm going to use... Oh yeah, I'm going to use the poinsettia here. And this one's really nice looking. And I'm going to stick it more towards the middle. There we go. That. And then this is the one I was worried about, and I hope this works. I hope that leaf fills in that spot. Here it does. Yay. And I can bring it down. There we go. Good job. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to cut some more. Darn. I'm not so sure I like it. It was an idea though. So we'll finish it and see. Maybe if I had used kind of a different color where the green stood out more. We'll finish it. Sometimes things don't look like they're going to turn out and then they end up turning out, so we'll see. This is where I'm going to put the star. It's not a star, it's a snowflake. This is where I'm going to put the blue snowflake. And this one's going to be all top. There's too much space in between there. And I know if I get chintzy. See, I ran out. Okay, I'm just going to do this part right here for now. And then obviously what I would do is fill the rest in. Okay. I do like the snowflakes, and I don't care for my idea of the poinsettias. The colors needed to be more contrast. I am going to come in with the glitter pen and color up the berries. So just to give it something to make the leaves stand out from the. So I probably should have colored those in before I stuck them down. I just thought it would be easier if I wait and stick them down first. Yeah, probably, but not the best way to do it. And I'm using, like I said, a glitter pen just to give it a little something, because this paper here is real shimmery. The paper for the poinsettia is real shimmery. This background paper is shimmery. And I could have done a better job coloring them in if I had done it before I stuck it down. Anyways, I'll say this now. If you like this video, excuse me, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And I'm working towards 100 subscribers. And then I got a pretty decent giveaway box. I could do this way. Does this way look better? Oh, I think it does. Right? It brings it to life. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Ooh, we're going to put it this way. The blue. You know, and honestly, you'll see there's a blue snowflake and the, like the silver snowflakes on the, that I added. Well, I couldn't decide if I liked the blue or the silver, and I thought, well, let me put them both on and see, and that way if I decide, if it turns out well and I decide to make another one, I'll know which color I like. Well, obviously I don't like that green that I chose. I needed, you know, two greens that are more different than that. Now I use tacky glue and regular paper. Not supposed to do that. It makes it wavy. But I did use my micro bottle, my microchip. So hopefully I won't get too much of it. But you can see it wants to do it. But I didn't put a lot of glue on. Like I said, with the microchip it's a little bit better. A little bit easier. It doesn't quite do it as bad. With card, it's not that big a deal. So, I might not have done the best matting job in the world. Let's see, the paper I use is double-sided, and this was the other side. And as you can see, it is not Christmas paper. It's off of a Crafter's Companion pearlescent card pack. I am not sure if it's like navy and rouge or something like that, but I'm not sure what the colors were. But anyways, pretty paper. It's shimmery. It's not over the top, and it's not. But you can definitely see the shimmer in it. Okay, there's that. And now I'm going to put my wreath on. If I decide it's worth the time, I will come back later and add more to it. But we got to see how it turns out overall, right? Before we put any more. And when I have my idea, that's usually what I do, is kind of put it together. And if I wasn't doing it for a video, of course, I wouldn't be gluing it down. I'd just be sticking everything on there. I want the kind of flatter part on the bottom, because it's like an oval, so I want to do it this way. See, I like it much better on the dark blue, or blue paper, not the white and blue. It looks alright. I will definitely, on the camera, I think the silver snowflakes look better than that blue. But, to me in person, that blue looks better. But it's kind of dark. That's why I thought, well, let me try the silver too, because that blue just looked so dark. But I would do that. And then I need honestly, a Christmas sentiment. I'm not doing all this just to put just for you with love. Maybe I can. Maybe I can do just for you. I do have some people that live by themselves. I could do it for them. But, yeah, I gotta figure out which way it goes. This way. This way. No. Well, it's gotta go in straight because it's just for you. This might not work now that I think about that. Okay, which way was that? See in here? Okay, there's the loops. So what do I want to do? The silver? How about the silver? I think that's a good idea. And it'll tie in that other. Okay, because it's kind of a free-flowing wreath and all that. I'm not worried too much about having this perfect. You know what I mean? The wreath isn't perfect. And like I said, I am also not so sure that this is a card that I'm going to be especially using. I don't know. I like it better, much better on the blue than I did on the where it was more white. So let's see. Well, turned to shreds. I don't know. Must be that mad, but I don't think I have a better one within reach. I think the only one I know this is getting to be a long film. A long video. Here's this one. This is like my first one, and it just stays and stays and stays and keeps working. You know? It just keeps working. Okay, let's try it with this, because I know that can't be what it's supposed to do. Here's another chance. Okay. Put this down. This goes here. Now let's try this, but I don't know. You can't tell me that I'm doing it wrong, because I won't believe it. Oh, this is the one that likes to go in crooked. There we go. I gotta get some new cutting folders in here. Okay. Here we go. Much better. Much better. Oh, see? Oh, I think I like it without the... just plain old... Might be too delicate with the big old clunky wreath. Just for you. Oh! Now here it is with the border. Put it in here, then I'll set it down. Just, oh no, it's gotta be the other way. That's just what's beautiful. Just for you. That's pretty. I'm putting it down. And I am gonna remember this one. The sentiments. I'm going to add more to the wreath. I might come in with some lighter colors, maybe some of these leaves, and I think that'll jazz it up, make it pretty. But this video has been way too long, and so I am going to stop right here. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I hope, thanks for joining me, and I hope you join me again.